Good morning. I'm here as co-chair of the Minority and Justice Commission. The Minority and Justice Commission supports second look policies because we know that past policies have had disparate and disproportionate impacts on certain communities in Washington state. There was a time when we didn't have guidelines that were ministerial in nature that allowed these sentences to proliferate in the way that we do. Everybody talks about the law, but this law is not that old. It has been within certainly my lifetime. And we know now what this has wrought. We know better, and we are obligated to do better. I commend to you the actual data on these sentences. Please read Drs. Catherine Beckett and Heather Evans, who did a study understanding the proliferation of long life sentences. And the numbers don't lie. Previous resentencing opportunities, such as those after the Miller fix, have resulted in a minuscule rates of recidivism. Life and long sentences have led to the state's prison population to become older, providing more costly and less impactful public safety, and they would not have as great impacts on public safety. There's also an opportunity here to engage in true restorative justice. True restorative justice, which would allow and be victim-centered and allow the victims to talk about healing. Something that, frankly, our current justice system is not good at. I think that there is opportunity here for both victims and offenders to hold to the concept that people are capable of changing and to reconcile ourselves with what we've done. That is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge. I'm just counting here. We have about 12 or 13 other individuals who have signed up to testify today. I have the chair recognizes Representative Davis for a question.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, good morning, Judge Galvan, and thank you for your testimony. I do believe fiercely in redemption, and I generally support creating some avenue for a second look in individual cases. I take my job on this committee very seriously, and as our name suggests, our primary objective is community safety. So I'll preface this by saying I mean this with all due respect, and this is a very sincere question for you as I'm struggling with how to vote or how to amend this legislation. So the bill before us is titled the Judicial Discretion Act, and you are here testifying, asking us to grant judges more discretion. But within your current discretion, you released one defendant who then shot and killed a 15-year-old boy, and another defendant who 2 weeks later tied a 14-year-old boy to a tree and disemboweled him. That was in December. So if I vote for this policy, some of these incarcerated individuals are released and then they do reoffend, I consider myself culpable. And so my question to you is, how can I have confidence in granting more discretion to judicial officers when I already have concerns about the ability of some judges to assess dangerousness and prioritize public safety? Thank you.
I will say this. I can't speak as to specific cases that are pending before me because of ethics rules. But I will tell you that each and every single judge takes each and every single decision seriously. I've been a judge for 23 years. I'm not going to be perfect. None of us is going to be. We do our best to try to look at our crystal ball and say, is this person somebody who might have a shot if they're given supports and opportunities? Sometimes that works. Actually, in the majority of times that works if you're only quoting 2 cases in my 23 years of judicial performance. I've made thousands upon thousands upon thousands of decisions every single day. And every single one of those I take extraordinarily seriously, as do every single one of my colleagues. Now, if you expect perfection in every single decision or us to be able to say this is the person who's going to do it or this is the person who's not going to do it, I understand. I also don't get asked about that one person that I kept in that 6 years later was found not guilty for murder. Nobody tells me about that person that I held and later was determined to be not guilty. And that's happened as well. I've had also people that everybody insisted should not be released, who've gone on to do extraordinary things. Those things don't make the news because those things don't give people fear. Those things don't allow people to react on their base instincts. Those things don't allow people to think critically and in a nuanced manner about what we're trying to do as a society. And I know that that work is hard. I know it because I do it every single day.
Thank you very much for the question and the answer. We are over time now. Thanks very much, Judge.